Hey guys, I'm this scary looking vampire dude. Freaking, freaking yes. It's been a few days since I've done a video, I think, or maybe like a day, but it feels like a few days. It feels like a lifetime. Yeah, so I just got home. These last few days have been like I'm aware that like when the moon is out, people are just like terrible drivers, and I'm not making that shit up. Like I am like watching my butt every time I'm on my bicycle at night. It's like the worst, and that's why I'm like so stressed out right now. I'm like, shit. But I'm good though. Just need to relax a bit. I'm fine, and I'm actually doing really good. Um, I've been doing the whole like I wouldn't say like I'm talking about good and evil and stuff like that. And this is on message, like on message talking about vampires, right? So like vampires are neutral. I really do believe that they're neutral creatures, But I spent a lot of time, being a different kind of alpha, different kind of leader, one that prioritizes other people. So you could say, you could call that good or evil, whatever. I call it, I see it as being good, but it's not good or evil, you know. But for I'm just gonna say, yeah, that's the good guy, right? Well, the guy who's not so good, being kind of like a dark alpha, an alpha that's I wouldn't say an evil alpha. Like I'm not doing like evil shit. Like I'm actually like quite. I feel like I'm like nicer. But anyways, what I'm trying to say, nicer in certain ways. What I'm trying to say is that I feel not like insidious, which is another like alpha term. I know I'm like saying a bunch of crap. If you haven't watched other videos, you might be like, "What the heck is this guy talking about? What the heck, you know?" But anyways, these are kind of like buzzwords I've learned. So I'm not like insidious to where I'm like, "Oh, I've been treated badly as an alpha male. I have been treated badly." So blah 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 blah. So that's insidious, right? But now I feel like instead of as a leader, instead of caring about like so much about others and like correcting them and stuff, I'm just caring about myself. And like I'm really nice and friendly towards other people, but I'm really just like prioritizing my own self, like in thinking, but like behaviorally, like I realize that my body language is very strong, very. Um, it's like I'm leading. I feel like my this way of leadership is like leading through um, behavior rather than leading through speaking. So like as a I call it like a dark alpha. I'm not gonna say evil because I don't think it's evil. It's just I'm prioritizing myself, and but I still care about others. I find myself actually more able to communicate in certain ways, and also to certain people. You know, so it's interesting. I do, as you can tell. I said I'm kind of overwhelmed from the bicycle ride home, but really, it's like a lot of. I know that it's spiritual pressure. It's people who are close to me, who love me, people who know me. I am a vampire, uh, also a leader, alpha leader, and I know a lot of people. And whenever I say this, I'm always like super defensive because it does sound like something a crazy person would say. To be fair, most of what I've spoken about, you know, but what I wanted to say and justify my what I'm talking about is not just being from my own, you know, um, self. Other people uh, have learned this and things about being an alpha and stuff like that from other people. So, but but yeah. And if you haven't watched the other videos, what I'm feeling right now is my vampire self, which, if you haven't watched other videos, it's like another subconscious within myself. It's a magical thing. Um, it is, and it has the ability to stop my thought processes and correct them and change them. Um, it's just a vampire thing. Like I said, if you haven't watched these other videos of me talking about these different things in details, it's gonna sound like. But just take my word for it, and I have no reason to lie about this shit. I could, but yeah, there's no reason. Um, Another thing, just talking about my conditions and how I feel right now is that I am delusional. Um, what I mean by that is that I'm not, like how you can like I can see myself right now, and I realize I'm not thinking about things. I'm really not thinking about like vampire stuff, leadership stuff. Like I'm talking about it, but I'm not like embracing it as like um, reality. So I'm in a delusion between about those things, so that I don't think about it, and so they don't start using those abilities that come with being a vampire, become with being a alpha male, and that So that's what I mean specifically. I'm delusional about a lot of different facets of life for me, so that I can relax and just I am delusional uh, as a condition, right? As an now, which I'm completely, I'm okay with. It's just how I live my life. Um, I talk about different vampire stuff, and like by thinking about things, can tap into that energy. But right now, the objective right now is just to relax, and these videos are helpful for me. It's also, a good way for me to check on myself, see how I'm doing. You know, I can see myself right now, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm tired. Uh, I'm a dark alpha right now, and I'm tired, and but I've had a good day, and I feel like I've got a lot of vampire energy. Not too much, but like I would say, like on a scale of 1 to 10, probably like 6, which is above what I would typically feel. But it, that that talking about on a scale, it's kind of irrelevant and kind of it's like, should I say, like the measurement is kind of like irrelevant and unnecessary. It's like, how's that? It bothers me talking about that for some reason. It's like, oh, my my vampire energy's out of 1. Like what does that mean really? Like talking about, like I mentioned how it's a subconscious living being inside of me. That can increase and decrease in power or do whatever it's doing. Um, yeah, it's like, oh, I think it's just really dorky of me, really dumb. But anyways, um, yeah, like right now, like my thoughts are being like really, really affected by the vampire inside of me, That's why you see me, like I'm stopping right now. I'm kind of like stuttering a little bit, but it's all right. I'll probably make another video later, which I'm probably where I'm a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more coherent, uh, less like robotic as I am right now, and you know, a little less crazy looking. I started reading the third book of my dragon series. The books about dragons. I finished the second one, started the third one. I'm on like the third chapter. It's gone pretty good. There's one thing I want to talk about. Like right now, and like most of today, I've wanted to mostly just be alone. Like even like from the beginning of this morning. Um, it's interesting. It's just want to be alone. It's not depression. It's just like I don't know. Like I'll talk to people or whatever, but it's like I think it comes with like I have been practicing, kind of being like a dark alpha. Um, it's kind of complicated to explain. Like how does a alpha male become a dark alpha as I'm describing it, as I've coined the term, as I'm using the term very, very loosely. Well, it's just to me, it's allowing my like it's a mix of like my vampire energy and not going like full alpha male. It's like just allowing like my passive alpha male energy combined with my vampire energy and just doing that to put it simply. Um, so I don't know. I'm kind of experimenting with this kind of leadership, if you will, and seems to be going pretty good. I feel pretty good. A lot of meditation. I've been doing a lot of prayer to God. I want to justify it and say like it's balancing me out, which it may be the truth, but I just feel like praying to God. So yeah, nothing too remarkable in my life. Pretty I mean, there's a few things, but there's a couple things I don't really want to talk about. It's just personal stuff. I think that's fair. At the very least, I'm saying that there's like some things. Yeah, but nothing like really bad. But it's like I don't know. Life is life. Reality is reality. And I can be delusional of different things and block things out and be myself and or be different versions of myself. But I always I'm aware that reality is reality, life is life, and I'm a part of it. I mean, I'm a part of reality. I'm a part of life. I'm a person. You know, even when I'm really focused and I feel like I'm a just thinking about myself, but I'm being respectful. But really, my focus is on myself. It's still like, hey, I'm like, come on, bud, you're a person just like everybody else. And I do really, I believe that. I want to say it's a little hypocritical saying, going around saying like, oh, rock star, celebrity, vampire. I'm joking around, but rock star, celebrity, vampire. blah 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 blah. Just a regular person. It's like, come on, bud. But depends on how you look at things. So I'm gonna end the video there, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you.